Okay, we're started. Hi, I'm Monica Garcia, and I'm here with Vanessa Sage. And welcome to the first edition of what will hopefully be a regular time with us, Tea and Tarot with Vanessa Sage and Monica Garcia. Hi,
Woohoo!
Vanessa.
Hello. I have my Earl Grey here.
I have my pu'er tea with, I can't see it, with milk.
Yes, I made a little
You
sneaky
drink some.
London fog for myself.
What? I'm sorry, what
A
you
little sneaky London fog for myself. So I just add milk and a little bit of vanilla.
said? Nice. Vanilla. I'm going to do that.
The coffee shop.
Mm, excellent.
I'm so happy to be here.
Yay. Yeah, so, Vanessa and I have been friends for several years, and we both love tarot, and we're both going to be launching e-courses that are going to be related to the tarot, and we just thought, oh, what a fun thing it would be to get together and talk about our tarot decks and with each other and let other people come in and see what we do. And hopefully at some point we'll enable the Q&A app and we can answer questions and things live. That would be cool too.
Yeah.
So we thought we might start with our first ever tarot decks and sort of how we came to tarot. Do you want to start, Vanessa?
Miraculously, I still have this deck. So when I was a teenager, I was introduced to the tarot by a family friend, and I just thought it was all really mysterious and kind of cool, and it felt a little dangerous, and I wasn't really sure. And and I met a friend in high school who really loved tarot, and she took me to this shop that was full of like decks and books and candles and incense and stuff. And it was really, really neat. And she encouraged me to get a Rider-Waite inspired deck because they have pictures on all of the minor arcana cards. And so I looked at a bunch of ones that she suggested, and I chose the Hanson Roberts deck. So I still have it.
Pretty.
I don't use it anymore, but when I first got it, and the Fool's my favorite card, but when I first got it, I used it every single day. And so this is actually kind of feels like my comfort deck in a way, like really feels like home in a way. And yeah, there's something really special about this deck for me.
Nice. Yeah. Maybe you'll go back to it a little bit since we brought it.
And I'm starting to feel warm towards it. And I'm like, oh, I really, oh, I miss this deck. And I used this all up into university as well. I didn't become a tarot card collector until later. Now I have a problem.
Yeah, that's kind of what happens, right? Start to go down the rabbit hole, see different decks, and go, ooh.
Yeah, I ordered one yesterday, and another one arrived yesterday, and
I saw that. We'll have to talk about that one maybe another time. But oh, I saw that one. That looks so good. Yeah. So I just, as hearing you talk, realized that I came to tarot through my family, which is kind of interesting. My mom had a deck, I remember, and this is probably the 70s in San Francisco, which is where I grew up, so I don't think it was that uncommon. And then my sister, who's a few years younger than I am, got very into it, and so she was doing it all through high school and as a teenager. My way of rebelling was saying, no, that's your stuff, I don't do that. So I didn't do that. And but when I was 21, my sister gave me a deck, and it's still one of my favorite decks. And it is the I keep it in a box, but it came in this, and I keep it because I just love the packaging. So it is the is that backwards for you? Can you see that frontwards?
Yeah, it's frontward.
Okay. All right, so that's what it is, and it's I say Thoth, or I don't know. There's many ways to say it. But it's Aleister Crowley tarot deck, and it's based on mostly Egyptian mythology. And this was my one and only deck from when I was 21. So I'm 47 now, so that's a lot of years. And then again, it was my sister in 2002 that encouraged me to get another deck. So then I got another deck, and then only in the past couple years have I started to acquire and collect different decks. And I'll show you my favorite card from this one. So this is the back of the cards. So I say it's Egyptian inspired, and there is a lot of that, but there's also all kinds of Christian mythologies and Greek mythology, all kinds of mythologies. And this was the card that through my 20s this was the card that was mine. Like, I got this card all the time, and it's really a card of transformation, shifting, and going from the dark into the light. And so every time I would get this card, I was like, okay, just remember, however hard, whatever's going on now, it's because you're in a shifting time. And also show you another one. One of my favorite cards from this deck is the moon. And it's, it's shadowy. And this is where the Egyptian mythology really comes through. You can see Anubis there, and scarab, and there's also a lot of phallic and yonic references. So this is really kind of like a vagina, and it's the moist, shadowy realms of the soul. So feminine energy. Yeah. So I have a lot of fun with this deck. I'll show you one more card that I'm very, very well acquainted with. So, it's also a deck that pulls no punches, right? I mean, when you see the death card, which I don't have queued up here, it's the death card. I mean, it's like the Grim Reaper, and it's pretty grim looking, even though I don't find it a grim card in its meaning. But so this is the card that I'm very well acquainted with, Ruin, the Ten of Swords. And as usual with all the things, it's really about what's going on inside of me and my own feelings about, it's the swords attacking the heart, basically, and attacking myself and my own feelings. And, just one of those things that, what I love about the tarot in general, things I'm not even aware I'm doing to myself, which is why I feel bad. It's like, oh, I feel bad because I am just hammering myself with negative thoughts. That's what that card means. And so, oh, okay, how can I shift that? Or, okay, I recognize it. Now what? Sometimes it means go talk to someone who can help you shift, or go take a walk, or, do something nice for yourself, or whatever. So
when you showed that card, I had this like immediate thought that it was like an internal tower card. So for anyone new to the tarot, tower is basically it's in the major arcana, it's the destruction card. It's like this, worlds come toppling down. It could also just mean insight, a major insight that can change your whole life. But when I saw that card, I was like, oh, that's the internal destruction almost that we do to ourselves, but that can also lead to change, and in the same way the tower can.
That's right. I'm looking for the tower as you're talking, but I don't see it.
I never made that connection until I saw your card. Like, because I also want to. I used to have this deck, but it was too powerful for me, and I let it go. And I'm now going to bring it back into my life. I can handle it now. But it's a very, very, very powerful deck, and I find very emotive. Like, it gets you. Like, it doesn't pull.
It's not the usual starter deck, is it? This is here. I'll show the tower. It's pretty serious. It's complete destruction, right? Of everything. So yeah, I can really see. There's the one that I was looking at. The same colors, very similar in some ways. What I love about this, though, is so everything is being destroyed so that real vision and sight can come through.
Yeah.
It's like all the crap in the way. Yeah, I didn't know any better. And it might have been a little bit easier for me. I had a very push-pull relationship with it, and I probably put it away for years at a time and then pulled it back out. It was really getting, I don't have it in front of me, but it was really getting that a round woman-centered deck
Mm-hmm.
that is very much more gentle, that helped balance. So sometimes I would read them together because yeah, it's intense. I'm not sure it's somebody who's first getting into it. It might not be their deck,
Well, it might be. It might
or
be.
it might be.
Sometimes that's what you need the first time. Just boom.
Yeah, I just want to show this. So when I was talking about the phallic and Yannick, so the other one is vagina, and you can very clearly see what this one is. The devil, the female, the male sexual energy and power around that. It's
I
not
love,
a, I know.
I love it for the first time we're going right for the devil and the tower and death. Let's just get
Why
right.
not?
I'll share. This was my favorite card when I was a teenager. So just going right to those swords again. But I've struggled with depression all my life, and this card actually really comforted me when I was a teenager because it, in a weird way, it told me I wasn't alone and that this was part of the human experience. And yeah, and I related to her. So yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that is one of the things that I love about the tarot in general, is that in one deck, I believe that probably everyone can find at least one card that feels really meaningful to them.
Yeah.
And the cool thing is there are so many decks that, yeah, if one doesn't feel right and doesn't resonate when you start, toss it, find something else. And that as I've worked with them over the years, different ones speak to me at different times.
Yeah. I also find that I don't really know what a deck is going to be like until I start reading with it. So, you can be really attracted to the images and then read with it and it's just flat. Or, vice versa, where it's like you're not really sure, but when you start reading with it, it's like it's really, really getting at stuff. And so, yeah, just kind of experimenting and not kind of letting go of a deck until you've really tried it and worked with it for a while. And if there is one deck I have that I really love the images, but I find difficult to actually read with.
I've been having that too. It's funny. Someone, a mutual friend of ours, Bindi, who works with more oracle cards, although she has gotten this deck after I showed some of those images. And she would read from this one deck, and I just loved it so much. And then I went and got it, and I haven't jived with it. I'm like, oh, because it works with her, and maybe not so much with me. So then you get to pass those along to someone else that it works more with.
Well, that might be partly her being the reader too, But no matter what deck she's using, that she would impart that same kind of gentle reading.
Yeah, because she would put up cards and talk about them, and I go, oh my gosh, I love that so much. And I've pulled the exact same cards since then and gone, yeah, it's not doing it for me.
Give me the cough.
So funny. Yeah, maybe it just really is this piece about it being a really personal journey.
Yeah.
That everyone is going to experience things a little differently. There's going to be cards that resonate with different people. And then also in different times of our lives.
Yes.
You know, I have not gotten that card that I showed. I can't remember which one it was. Queen of something. For a long, long time, and that was my card. You know, now I'm getting cards like this, which is a totally different ball of wax. Which, you know,
That's funny because that is the card I actually associate with you. Because you
oh,
talked about that card several times with me. And so whenever I see that card, I think of you.
really? Well,
So
I did put it on a vision board I did in the beginning of the month. This is the board I did when Kyla, Good Hand, and Grace House and Ho'o Brown put together do a vision board for a 30-day intention. And this is what I needed to put in the center. Yeah. It's a good card for me because it's a blend, you know, it's balanced in a lot of ways of male and female aspects of fire and water, and you know, because I tend to go one direction or the other and lose balance. So I think that's why it's coming up for me a lot right now, is to be balanced, to use all parts of me are important, not to shut off one piece.
well, it's also called art. So it's this creative piece too that in doing that, you're really, creating life that you want to be living.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, it's this whole alchemy piece, right? In there, they've got a little alchemist bowl, and they're putting things in and creating something completely new from that, which is kind of like what we're doing right now. It's actually a good card for the two of us right now. So it would be kind of cool, do you think, to pull a card right now or pick a card, just,
Sure.
to show people how we do it? Do you want to do it?
Well, I'll use this deck that I haven't used in a while.
Yay.
I have no idea what's going to happen here.
Is there anything specific that you do to prepare yourself as you pick your card?
It depends on the day. Sometimes I pick a card on my iPad with an app in the grocery store. And sometimes I make a whole big thing of it. And the only reason I mention that is because it doesn't have to be, the deck, the cards can meet you where you are. So, if I am making a thing of it, which is a very lovely thing to do, I'll light some incense and, really kind of center and just kind of think about what it is that I'm really looking for guidance on. I find that just picking a card sometimes can help me see things that I kind of know inside, but I don't know. And the card kind of helps me access that. Mm-hmm. So, what should I ask about?
I was just going to, because I'm going to do it as well. I'm just going to ask, I like to ask like my guides or the spirit or God, whatever, to, what is it that I need to know, or what will be helpful in our endeavor here with these talks?
Yes.
What is it that will be for the highest good in our talks? So that's what
I'm noticing how wonderful this smells, actually.
Oh, was it in your box with something special?
I keep it in a box. And yeah, it just smells like this beautiful wood. So, nice. King of Pentacles. So, we'll just keep this. I need to get that split screen thing. So I tend to take the masculine and feminine a little bit out of things, because I kind of like to be a bit of a gender warrior and really kind of question all of that stuff. So when I look at the king, I think of really empowered, but I also think that with the queen, it's not a masculine or feminine thing for me. But this is someone who's really kind of in charge and but of the kind of earthly realm. And it's also kind of an action oriented, even though it's grounded. These are kind of few things that are coming up. And I also see a lion as well. And so, off the top
I'm
of my
digging. I'm also digging on the purple in there.
The purple and gold.
I'm all about the purple.
Yeah, this is a success card, right? So
yeah,
go us. This is gonna work.
Yeah. Awesome. You want to see what I got?
Yep. Did you get the King of Pentacles too? That'd be weird.
I got the Three of Cups.
Ooh.
And it says abundance. It's good, huh? So as you can see, these the cups are actually made of pomegranates. I had this one recently, so I'm remembering. These are lotus flowers. So lotus is wonderful because, right, connected to the earth from the shadowy, dark, mucky realms of the mud of a pond comes out this beautiful lotus and is sort of taking the energy of wealth and abundance and love, because cups really to me is love. It's emotions.
Yeah.
And then apparently pomegranates were sort of the food of the gods, and so having cups made out of pomegranates is very grand and wonderful. Yeah, what's kind of interesting too, I don't know if I see it at the bottom. I definitely see the symbol up here.
Oh, yeah.
It's a woman, it's female symbol with a little, like a moon on top. Do you know what that is? I don't know what that is.
Yeah, I'm not that great with astrology and stuff. I don't.
Moon and Venus, I think, actually.
Somebody watching knows, and they're thinking, just
I have a book, but I didn't pull it out. So I do like this deck a lot. It's because it's old and it's familiar, kind of like the Rider-Waite decks also. There's a lot of books that go with them. So as you can see, both Vanessa and I know a certain amount, but we also like to look and see the feeling of the card, the colors of the card, what that says to us. So this is we're in a good enterprise. This is an enterprise that I think will bring riches, and they don't necessarily mean money. Money's good all on its own, but the Cups cards are also about emotion. So this may be an emotionally rich and satisfying endeavor. So that's exciting. Yay.
Oh, I love it when you describe cards.
Yay.
Should we wrap it up on that note?
I think we should. I think that's a good place to end. And so anyone who's watching, thanks for joining us. We will be alternating channels. So this is on my channel, Monica Garcia. And we'll also have links to our websites and information about our e-courses and all that good stuff, which we are in the middle of creating below, in the description below. Next time, it will be broadcasting from Vanessa's channel. So we're going to alternate, but we'll link to each other so you can always find it. And hopefully you will join us. Subscribe if you're interested, and hit the like button. And hopefully maybe we'll see you live one time. Okay.
Yeah, that'll be. All right. Bye.
Bye.